analyzing sea level change using Esri's 3D Scene Viewer. I have obtained this sea level change data. It's important to know where the data came from, who created it, how often it was updated, and you can take a look at the metadata for this data set if you'd like to in ArcGIS Online from Esri. I've loaded it into the 3D Scene Viewer, and as you can see, I have got data points for all over the world showing sea level rises, but also sea level declines, especially in the Gulf of Finland, maybe due to isostatic rebound. I'm not sure. More investigation needed. But I've extruded these polygons to the extent of sea level change. And you can see here the changes in various parts of the world. Very concerning where, for example, you've got low-lying coastal areas like in northeast India and Bangladesh, and a lot of population density in those areas. So obviously there, the Nile Delta, New Orleans, USA, and other places around the world where there are a lot of people living in close proximity to low-lying coastal areas. You can also, of course, change the base map and look at ocean's base map. You can look at changes in the sea level and get very detailed. So if you go to, for example, places in Hawaii, if you look at the actual locations, you can see the actual ends of piers and harbors where the data was collected. So this kind of thing is quite easily done. As you can see, I'm changing the base map to the ocean's base map, and now I'm looking at the western USA and California on up to western Canada, up into Alaska. You can do the same thing with any data. That's the power of geographic information systems. Let's say it's water quality or litter or weather or invasive species. You can analyze these data sets in 2D and 3D. Why? Why do you do that? Well, you gain career skills in using data, in geographic information systems technology, but more importantly, you're thinking spatially. You're thinking critically about what's where, why is it there, and why should we care? Why should we care about sea level change or any of these other phenomena that I've described in this video? Invasive species, weather, water quality and quantity, etc. Well, because they matter to us. They're global issues, and they also affect our everyday lives. So you can go into the 3D Scene Viewer, for example, and change the properties, as I'm doing here, to extrude the polygons, in this case, by a shorter or a larger amount, depending on what you want to do. So if I do that, I can see that these polygons, these extruded polygons, can either be shorter or longer. I can change that so I can look at the amount of sea level change, but I can also change it so that the label on each one of the extruded polygons can be the date, it could be the time of year collected, it could be how often it was collected, it could be any attribute. Actually, a set of attributes. If you create a short arcade expression, also possible in the ArcGIS platform, look how I'm changing the length of these polygons, you can multiple label your features. In other words, label things with more than one attribute. The idea, the objective, the goal of mapping is to understand something in a deeper, richer way. So you don't want to have too many labels. And you also want to make these extruded polygons something that helps people understand something rather than hinders their understanding. Again, the objective of mapping is to communicate well patterns, relationships, and trends across space and across time, as we're doing here. We've got two main things that we're looking at: changes over time and changes over space in the sea level change. I encourage you to try these tools for yourself. Don't just take my word for it. I'm glad you're watching this video, but I really want you to look at your own data. Look at data you care about. You can also do the same thing I'm doing here, but take your own data, or a data that's in the Living Atlas of the World or in various data portals served by ArcGIS Hub, for example, and map it, analyze it, understand it, and then present your results of your research to others so that they can understand it and maybe take action on water quality or other phenomena. Thanks for watching.